this video we're going to look at the transition mechanism. Okay, like what would happen if government expenditure increases. Those things, you need to understand these things in economics. How does government expenditure affect an income? What about taxes and investment? So let's analyze what's on the screen, yeah, and get to appreciate how you even see these transitions in the economy. Well, let's start with 3A. Government expenditure increases. They're saying state whether true or false. So we want to just answer true or false here. If government expenditure increases, does that mean autonomous will also, or that's autonomous? They've given us a key below what AE stands for. So just in case you're doubting, this key below here has put AE. Look for AE there. Autonomous expenditure. Yeah, autonomous expenditure there. They've put it out. Okay. So they said if government expenditure goes up, what about autonomous expenditure? Yes. Can it go up? And what about the level of income? So autonomous expenditure is as good as the same planned expenditure in an economy. So if your government expenditure goes up, national income does increase. Reason being, the government expenditure is a component of the national income calculation. Let me show you this. So look at this scenario. Y is equal to C plus I plus G. So imagine if G increases, don't you think it also have an effect here on Y? That's how it should be, because it's a component of the equation. That's what we mean. And hence, the fact that they said that Y has gone down, that's wrong. That has already made the statement wrong. Okay? Yeah, that's something you should take note about that. So if just one of the transitions is wrong, then the whole statement is false. That's how these things are analyzed. So just take note of those components. Autonomous expenditure, government in itself is autonomous on its own. It's like it forms also the autonomous part of the, when you're taking that assumption of, for example, government is autonomous. Yeah, that's why most of the time when you see in a question, they'll just say G is equal to what, maybe 200. It will not be attached to any variable. Hence, that's also denotes that autonomous part. But what you just know is that if government expenditure increases, national income should also go up. That's something you should just take note. B, if the rate increases, okay, savings will go up. That's what A stands for. I will go down and Y will go down. Well, when you're looking at rates, these things should be understood in economics. Rate could be either the borrowing rate they're talking about or the lending rate. What do I mean? Borrowing rate happens when you're planning to invest. That's the I you're seeing there. Yeah, where you borrow money from the bank, you and invest somewhere. That's the investment part. Where we're talking about lending rate is where you save money and then you're expecting that the bank at some point will come and give you some interest on your savings. That's what we're looking at, the two components. So, for example, the rate goes up. How does that affect savings? When you look at savings, if the rate goes up, the reason is that you should save more because there's a probable chance that you're going to receive more interest. And then when you have interest, when you have on investment, in that case, when rate goes up, you should not save. Sorry, on investment, the I. If rate goes up, investment usually goes down. Why? Because when you're looking at investments, the rate in that sense is being referred to as the borrowing rate in that case. So when the borrowing rate goes up in relation to investment, it's bad. The cost of borrowing will just be high. So hence that's why you're seeing the I going down. That part makes sense. And if investment goes down, it affects the income because investment as well is a component of the national income. Hence it has gone down. That's the reasoning behind that one as well. So just remember, when you're looking at rates, when you're looking at rate in form of savings, just reason on this fact. It's about the lending rate, which shows that when you save and you're being offered a high interest, meaning you're going to get more interest on your savings. That's what it means. So when the rate is high, savings is also high. Now when it comes to investment, when the rate is high, it's the opposite, meaning it's like the borrowing rate has gone up. That's how you reason on these things, and that's why it has gone down there. C, if taxes, so far what have we analyzed? Part A is false, B is true. Okay, I hope I'm moving together. C, tax goes down. Okay, disposable income goes up. So far, is this statement true? When tax goes down, yes, disposable income has to increase. This part is very much correct. I'll show you an example. What about autonomous expenditure? It will actually supposed to reduce in this case. Yeah, I'll explain as well that part. And then national income, the why it has gone down. When taxes reduce, income should actually increase. National income should actually increase. Yeah, that's what I say. That's what I was saying. Let me show you an example to even make sense out of this. But what you just know is that so far, part C looks false because of the way it even ended. Yeah, it's false. But let's just prove. So this is what I was saying. They are saying, okay, disposable income. Huh? If taxes go down, disposable income is actually what? It goes up, which is very true. Because what is disposable income made up of? Y minus T. T is for tax. For example, they tell you, okay, maybe let's say income was 100. Okay, tax, let's say tax was just 20. Let's take a rough example. Calculate your, what's this? Of course, this is what disposable income is equal to. Yes. So you say, okay, my disposable income is what? It's 80 in this scenario. Then let's say tax goes down. Same example. Let's say tax goes down. Okay, 1 minus T, 100 income is maintained. Let's say tax is now 10. What has happened to your disposable income? It's now 90. Hasn't it gone up? Yes. Hence, if taxes reduce, disposable goes up. First point noted. Why did I say national income should not go down? Because when taxes reduce, national income should also should go up. Because imagine, disposable income is this model. C is equal to A plus C y D. Disposable income is part of the consumption function. So if imagine if disposable income is increasing, don't you think it's also going to be increasing this? That's what I was saying. And this C you're seeing here is a component of the national income determination. So if this one is even increasing, it's also affecting this one. That's what I was trying to mean there. That's what I was saying. I'll show you. And then the autonomous expenditure parts, they are okay. Taxes equally, it depends on the assumptions being taken in economics. Sometimes they would say tax is autonomous or it's dependent on the level of income. Yeah, but what we can just tell is that from these reasonings we have used, C is false. Why? One major thing dropped. Taxes went up. Taxes went down, but the major thing we took note was that why the national income it went down. That's wrong. Here we're saying that if taxes go down, disposable increases. That was correct so far. But the fact that it ended with Y going down, that made it wrong, because if disposable increases, disposable is a component of the consumption. Consumption is also a component of Y. Hence, it should make sense. And it should also go up. So C is false. Part D, taxes go up, disposable up. So far, that's wrong. Just from reasoning on this. Huh? But, one thing about the transitional mechanism, once you just see one thing is wrong, the entire statement is false, because it's a sequence. Have you seen how the arrows are moving? If one thing is wrong, then you've killed the entire sequence. Won't even spend much time. Yeah, taxes go up, disposable up. That's already wrong. It's supposed to be opposite. These two are opposite to each other. Yeah, then Y goes down. Okay, it has ended correctly. Yes, if taxes go up, Y should go down. But the fact that that statement of disposable going up made it wrong. E, when tax is greater, that symbol. E, when tax is greater than G, then it's a budget deficit. So BD means budget deficit. Why is that true? If taxes are greater than government expenditure, is that a budget deficit? This is the reasoning behind this. Well, when taxes are more than government, it's actually a budget surplus. Understand this? Well, taxes are like government's money. Okay, a deficit is like when you're short of something, you're spending too much more than what your income is. Taxes are like the income of the government. So you imagine if the income is more than what they are spending, because government expenditure is spending, then that's supposed to be a surplus, not a deficit. Hence, that statement is false. Okay, unless if they said taxes were less than government, then that statement would have been true. F, when the rate goes down, investment goes up. It has come back again, this scenario. Rates, when in relation to investment, what does rate mean in relation to investment? it looks at the borrowing rates. If the rates go down, meaning the cost of borrowing is even lower, hence you can even accept such. The impact investment will even increase. And this is correct so far. What about autonomous? Autonomous expenditure, yes, it should actually go up as well. And when investment increases, another thing to look at, why should have gone up. Remember, I is a component of the national income determination, which is the Y, hence force again. So I hope we're taking notes. Let's just run through before we go to the other part. A, force. B, true. C, force. D, force. E, force. F, force. There are so many with force if you've noticed in this scenario. Let's go to part G. Well, part G is talking about MS, and then there's a small price below there. Okay, this expression just signifies real money supply. That's what it just means when you see M over P and like a S there, real money supply. If real money supply, okay, what are they saying in the real money supply determination? That okay, if the price increases, that's a P there, that's what they mean. If the price in the real money supply increases, will that increase the nominal money supply? Let us understand this, and hence the price of selling of bonds will also go up and the rates. Let's read this. So look at this scenario now. What I was talking about, this I said this expression means real money supply. Now usually what happens is the M on top, it's what, okay, they would say the nominal money supply. Let's just give an example that okay, the money M, the M there is just equal to what, 200. And let's take, for instance, we just have a price of 50. What answer do we get here? 4. 4 is the value of the real money supplier. Then they were saying, okay, suppose this P, it increases. What they are saying, does it mean that even the money supply will also go up? Let's see. If the price here increases, let's put it at 100. Suppose this now becomes 100 now. What do you think will happen? 2. I think the money supply has gone down from my observation. Hence, that statement is already false. You can just tell. As I said, one of the transition mechanisms, if one of them is just wrong, we even stop the analysis, it's false. That was F. G is talking about, okay, suppose that's H actually. If the M on top, that's the nominal money supply, increases, and then P, okay, P is held constant, does it mean the money supply, the real money supply will go up and the AOM curve as well will increase? Let's see this, if really this is true. So yeah, back to the same expression. The M on top, as I said, it's the nominal money supply, just the M. If the M stands alone, it's just called nominal money supply. But the moment you divide it by P, it becomes real money supply. That's just the reasoning behind that. Okay, they're just telling us how to, let's just say we go back to our original example, over 50. And then they tell us, okay, this is going to just give us 4. Again, now they're saying, okay, suppose this one increases, the M is on top, it increases. Let's say we take it to 300. But P is held constant. Please, let's remember that P is constant. They didn't say anything that P will change. Do you think this whole expression will increase what they were saying? This is going to be 6. Yes, you can say that statement is true. Okay, and if money supply increases, this should be known by now when you're looking at the AOM curve, which is upwards like this. When money supply actually goes up, the AOM curve shifts upwards. That's the increase they're talking about. In fact, sorry, it's supposed to shift downwards, meaning it's increasing. It's supposed to be going this side, showing an increase there. That's how you understand this. Money supply actually shifts the AOM curve. And if money supply is increasing, like what we saw, this expression, M over P, yeah, this is money supply. If it's increasing, AOM curve equally goes up. So basically, this is how you reason on this and understanding the transition mechanism. So this is what this video is just focusing on, to just help you understand those transition mechanisms.